It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not fall into the trap, the entitlement trap, of feeling like you're a victim. You're not. Get over it and get on. And yes, most things are more rewarding when you break a sweat to get it.
Well, as soon as my father moved on, he passed away, and I was going through how do I keep his spiritual life, my life, while he's physically no longer here. And so, absolutely, to keep him alive, I keep him on the forefront of my life for the things that he taught me. Things that he taught me that taught me to do that I found out later in life he didn't do, but he was still right. So things that incentivize me, things that make me smile when I think about it. I think everyone feels good version for me, just to live the mantra to encapsulate that. High school kids that are in poverty, 50% dropout rate, and we offer them a safe place to go after school 2 times a week.
I'd like to bring out our 2018 Inspiration Award honoree, Mr. Mathew McConaughey.
This was lost for a little bit. It just showed up. Thank you. Inspiration Award. Thank you. Thanks, Ryan, and thanks to all the other beneficiaries. Inspiration Award. Inspiration Award. That's a cool word. Inspiration. Just think about that. What does inspiration mean? I mean, we get inspired by people. We get inspired by things. I know I get inspired by my family, kids. Sometimes inspiration can help us believe in ourselves. Sometimes inspiration is just seeing somebody do something. You go, oh, I thought I was the only one in the world that felt that way about something. Sometimes, and when it's really working, inspiration gets us to take action into something that we believe in, maybe gives us confidence to go act on that behalf. So, Inspiration Award, I appreciate it. I like that title. And whoever, if it's one person that I felt good, you know what, I'm going to try something out that maybe I didn't have the courage to yesterday. I say thank you to that. Thank you very much. It is an honor to receive this. I thought they were going to play a video of actually what we do in our curriculum, but they didn't, and that's no problem because I know what we do. I'll tell you some things that we do. We have an after-school program. It's 2 hours every Tuesday and Thursday. The basis of it is fitness, nutrition, community service, and gratitude. The fitness side is this. Someone comes in there, we have one girl that says, look, I've got 3 months to fit in prom dress that I have. My sister and I have one prom dress and I need to lose 6 pounds in 3 months to get that damn prom dress on. That's a fitness goal. We're going to help you lose that 6 pounds and stay right there with you. Other people are like, I tried to make the soccer team. I was out of shape, I couldn't do it. Well, let's do what we need to do to help you make the soccer team next year. So the fitness component is not trying to make everyone look like a supermodel. It's just trying to, achieve a goal. It's very personal to them. The nutrition side of this is, for instance, a lot of these families are picking up a bag with 5 burgers in it, French fries for dinner. Okay, that's $38. Well, we go to those families, we go to those children, and we say, look, for that same amount of money, let's take you to the local supermarket, show you how you can get a bag of rice, some vegetables, some meat, for the same amount, much healthier meal, and you get to go home and cook it with your family. Not only saying, hey, we're eating better, but also saying we're spending more time with our family than we ever did because we're cooking together. Another component, community service. Community service this is our demand that any of the children in our curriculum have to give back to their own community. It's not a free ticket. You can come to our class, but if you're going to come, you got to do community service. Now, me, when I was in high school, you asked me to give you my Saturday to
go clean the beach or pack up things for the troops. I was not going to give you my Saturday. 100% of these young men and women give up their Saturdays. They're on a bus at 4 a.m. to go do these things of work all day. And what we found out is a lot of them love to do it because they never left their neighborhood, nor had a chance to leave their neighborhood. And they find a lot of pride in it. So the community service aspect of our program gives the students some ownership, because they know they went and broke a sweat and did something to give back to their own community. Fourthly, is a thing we call gratitude. And we believe that gratitude has residuals. We believe that the more you're thankful for, the more you're going to create in your life to be thankful for. I think that's a fact. I think it is scientific, actually. We started what we call a gratitude circle. It's based off of, in my family growing up, we all sat around the table before we ate dinner, and we said our prayer or what we were thankful for. And Mom always said, you got to say one thing you're thankful for today. And you know, it's a fact. The food tastes better after you say something you're thankful for. You sleep better that night. So these children, these young men and women, get around this circle after the class, and they have to share out loud, declare something they're thankful for in front of everybody. Now, this is a challenge to get started because, think about it, in high school, to say thank you is not really cool sometimes. To share with others something you're thankful for is not really cool. So I remember the first few weeks in the gratitude circles, my wife and I were going around sitting in with these kids, and they would go, I'm thankful for the Just Keep Living Foundation. And the next person would go, I'm thankful for the Just Keep Living Foundation. And they go in the circle and they repeat each other. And all of a sudden we're like, no, come on, man. And we noticed that they were feeling pressure about having to say some really big, heartfelt thing they were thankful for. So one day I got to myself and I said, man, I'm thankful I woke up this morning and got a really good kiss from my wife. And I even got some tongue. They were like, yes, you can be thankful for these fun things. So all of a sudden they start saying, I'm thankful it's Halloween, I'm going to get some candy. Then you got another kid saying, I'm thankful I'm feeling so sexy. And so they're laughing at all these light things they were sharing they were thankful for. But what that led to was it sort of popped the bubble on the pressure of saying thank you for things like, my sister just got out of the hospital. My mom came back home, I haven't seen her in 3 months. I made my grades, I'm going to graduate. I had a teacher, a tutor who helped me out. So they started to share some really heartfelt things that changed their life. But what kick-started was the fun things that I was just sharing with you. So gratitude, nutrition, exercise, and community service are really the bases of our curriculum. Started this program in 2008 in a school here in Los Angeles. Now I'm proud to say that 8 years ago when we started this, I'm proud to say that now we're in 32 schools. Texas, Dallas, we're in Washington, D.C., we're in New Orleans, we are in Nashville, we are in Cleveland. And 32 schools 8 years later, we are willing and want to grow as much as we can and go where we're needed, but we're not going to let any quality slip from sort of our original mission statement to go in schools. I'm happy to say that there's many schools that we are not going into yet because we got to really find a need, a real need. And the people that make our program run is these teachers on the ground. It takes the enthusiasm and the commitment from a teacher in that school, that our curriculum has, that school program, to sit there and say, I'm going to hustle this program during the school day, the students are going to hustle this program, and I'm going to be fully committed to this class. The teachers are all-stars. So again, I'm not going to ask for money, but if you do want to get in any way invested in our program, these teachers are the little extra salary we give them after school to make this work. That's where that money goes to make it run. It really does, these teachers on the ground. Another question, why high school students? Well, I studied for quite a few years and had a lot of people help me go, where do people need, what age kids need, what I think we can give them that'll help them out. And then we settled on high school students because, and notice very clearly, that's the last years where if you screw up, you just maybe get a demerit. You go to the principal's office. But after school, and you're 18, you're out in the free world, and you do commit some of the same problems or crimes, you're going to jail or worse. So he said, look, let's get them at the crossroads. Students that are doing well, let's keep them on the right track. Students that are off track, let's try and get them on the right track, making choices they can make that will pay them back later on in life. and not put them in jail or worse. Why Title I schools? Well, Title I schools, there's a lot of kids are on the meal program, lunch program. Students come from some single-parent homes. There's a 50% dropout rate in most Title I schools. So that's where we found our need and where the students really cling to what we were offering. And we began to use them, and we helped straighten some kids' lives out. Also, some facts, not so fun facts, but just true facts. Students living in poverty are 4 times more likely to drop out of high school. This is what we didn't know we were offering. But we had many students come up and we asked them, what do you get from the program? What's your favorite thing you get from the program? Hundreds of students came and said, because I finally got a safe place to go after school. I just never thought that it was that much of a bare necessity that we were offering. So a lot of these students say, what do you mean? They'll go like, and I go home, I mean, there's gang violence, I can't go outside. I try to get home, I'm bullied on the way home. I don't have a safe place to go. Other ones go, man, I get home and sit on the couch and put on the TV as quick as I can because I'm hearing gunshots outside. We give them a safe place to go after school. And we did not notice when we started this that we were going to be offering a bare necessity like that. But a lot of these people, a lot of these students, just need a safe place to go, and we give them that. Also, after-school sports and physical education are being cut. It's the first thing to go in the schools. We all know that. As well, kids, teenagers spend about 7 hours a day on an electronic device, whether it's watching TV or playing some video games, which has led to 1 out of 3 kids having the recommended physical activity in their life, which leads to another big problem we have in America, childhood obesity. So that's another asset of what we're doing. Finally, I want to talk to you about this, my favorite part. Look, everybody, we know there's millions and millions and millions of great ways and causes to give our time and our money to. And there's a lot of good causes. But I want to know, if I'm going to spend my time on it, I want to know if it's working. I want to go beyond the emotional aspect of it. So give me some science and let me know, convince me that your program is working. And I'm happy to say that ours is, and I'm going to give you some facts that I'm very proud to share with you. Check this out. 90% of our students in our program, their attendance has increased in their school. Remember, this is 50% dropout rates. 92% of students in our class, in our curriculum, their grades have improved. 95% of the students have maintained or improved their behavior. Not only from the teachers do we hear it, but we hear their family and their parents at home saying, my child respects what I do more. We get along better. His behavior is better, or her behavior is better. 98% of our students graduated from high school last year. So that's the science behind what we're doing. Thank you for the honor tonight for the Inspiration Award. Again, thanks for the beneficiaries and Ryan and all the great work that the City Gal is doing to help out different communities. I'm McConaughey. Thank you for this award. Let's keep it.
Mathew McConaughey, everyone. Yeah, that's the website. Mike 4.
Mike 4. Mike 4. Can you
Make it hot.
JKLFoundation.org.
So I was backstage trying to get your publicist to get me some funny scoop to talk about you on, but I have a feeling we're going to pull it out from you. You know, it's interesting.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Now, we're talking about charitable foundations and things of this nature, but when you started Just Keep Living, there's a personal reason about your father.
Yeah.
Would you share with everyone why you did that and how you got it started?
So, in 1992, I'm 5 days into my first film, Dazed and Confused. Or I get a call. All right. So I get a call from my mother that one night she says, Matthew, your dad's passed away. I went home immediately. I was home for 2 days. We had the wake, we had the party, we had the tears, and then my family said, go get back to work. And obviously, like everyone, when you lose a loved one, you're trying to figure out what does it mean. And for me, I was trying to figure out how do I maintain a relationship with my father spiritually, even though physically he's no longer here. And it hit me one night. I didn't come up with it. I think it came from up above. I said, boy, you keep his spirit alive, man. He's just got to just keep living. And so that's where I was like, okay, well, there it is. I've lost him physically, but I still spiritually have a connection with him, and I can talk to him anytime I want. And that's where Just Keep Living came from. So from there, I started saying, well, what does Just Keep Living apply to? And I have still not found one thing in the world that Just Keep Living is not applicable to. I put it on. I mean, as far as mottos, at that time, I put on everywhere. T-shirts, dog bowls, wristbands, everywhere. I was like, that works anywhere, anytime. What's the Just Keep Living choice? You can always ask that. And really what it is the choice that pays you back. It's the choice that gives you residuals. It's the choice that's going to buy you more green lights tomorrow.
Round of applause right there. And I love what you talk about, it's better to prevent than to have to cure later. Would you expand what that means?
Well, again, when you're looking at so many places that the world needs our time and our donations and help, there are spots where we need to give time and money for cure. For me, I just want to make sure, and that's why we've got high school kids, to go to a place where let's prevent before we have to cure. Let's create and teach some self-reliance before we need to cure. Let's arm these children that do not have the people around them to define the right choices to make in life. Let's equip them with the means of going about the world to make those choices that will help them prevent pain down the road or loss, or as I said earlier, going to jail or worse, which a lot of these kids face that.
Your big word is action. It's all about the action and the law of attraction, right? You got to think it, feel it, but ultimately you got to take action. Yeah. You're an action taker, and you also show up. Now, a lot of celebrities sometimes phone it in or send a proxy, but you actually show up on site and are part and engaged in what you do. Why is that?
Well, look, and I also think I could do more, and I know I can, but I know there's more I need to do. I'm feeling enough, but it is important for myself and my wife to go to these locations to get some form of relationship with these children, to get some form of relationship with these teachers on the ground, to see if what's happening in the class is actually what we set out to do. If we are meeting up, if we're putting a mirror up to our mission statement and we're seeing results, man, it just feels good to go. It just feels good.
That's great. Yeah. Well, you talked about gratitude up there, and I know gratitude is a huge thing. What is the biggest thing that you're grateful for right now?
The biggest thing I'm grateful for right now in my life?
Yeah.
3 healthy children.
Woo!
A wife who doesn't want to change me. Thank you.
A wife who doesn't want to change me. I love that. What a statement.
Nobody else would rather be dealing with.
That's a beautiful answer. That's great. Now, what do you recommend to someone who hasn't quite found their calling yet? There's a burning something inside, but they haven't really taken the actionable steps. What would you recommend?
Well, look, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I got out of high school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I got out of college. I sometimes still am not quite sure what I want to do. So for me, you get a lot of pressure. A lot of people get pressure and put pressure on themselves. I need to know what I need. I need to know what I got to do. And I still to this day sometimes don't know what I want to do, but I found it easier to define what do I not want to do. And by process of elimination, clear out a lot of the crud, places, people, things, And all of a sudden, I'm presented with just much fewer options in front of me, and maybe 2 out of 3 of them I'm going like, this is something I want to do. But I didn't get there by knowing what I wanted to do. I got there by clearing things out of the way that I'm like, no, that doesn't pay me back. That's not giving me residuals. That's not giving me green lights. That's not bringing me pleasure. That's not giving me gratification or satisfaction. Clear those out, and then you kind of end up with things that you do want to do. Now, I will say this. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of that phrase, well, just, if you dream it, you can do it. Just do what you love. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody, if we only did what we loved, there'd be a lot of broke people. All right? But I'm with it, but if you can't do what you love, stop and go, well, what am I good at? Because we don't always love what we're good at. But if we do what we're good at, we start to really, it feels good that, oh man, I like being good at something. So I'm forming the habit of doing it over and over and over again. And you can learn to love something that you're good at. So, you know, I think it's a mix of innate abilities. We all have different innate abilities, as well as having a dream and saying, am I good at this, or what are the steps I need to take to get there?
Very nice. Round of applause. On its heels a little bit, and we look at the antithesis of that. Sometimes a non-action is still an actionable step, meaning the fact of the matter is you didn't take every single job that was thrown at you, or if one didn't go your way, you looked at it as a positive, right?
Well, I'm definitely, you know, I'm pretty quick, this is my approach to that, is I'm pretty quick when you're faced with the inevitable to get relative. And I think that's a real good thing for all of us, go ahead and me. I mean, like, we've all stepped in shit, and how quickly do you go, hey, this is my upfall, not my downfall. Oh, this is good luck. Hey, that bird crapped on me. I know it's good luck. What? Trust me. Because it's already happened, so we might as well look at it as an upfall. You know, I'm pretty quick to find the optimistic look at something and say, how do I deal with my present circumstances? They are maybe not ideal or how I saw it happen, which most stuff doesn't go down as you think it's going to happen. But how quickly do we get relative and say, I'm going to adapt to this situation and make the best of it? You know, if you're going to do it, if you got it, you know, so many times I hear people like, oh, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. I'm like, well, then why are you here? Well, once we're here, you might as well find a way to do it with pleasure, even if it's not the ideal thing you want to be doing.
What's a green light? You said it like 5 times.
A green light. What's a green light? Green light's when you're in the, you know, green light's when you make a decision right now. I want to, you know, there are many decisions we want to make for instant gratification. And that's why I'm on board. I do it all the time. But there are many times we go, wait a minute, if I do this now, I'm going to have a proverbial hangover tomorrow. I'm going to have a debit tomorrow. If I lie about this now, if I cheat and steal on this, I've now bought myself, I've got rid of green lights in the future. What I mean is, now, if you lie, cheat, and steal, you're leaving crumbs in your life, meaning we then go out into the world and walk into a room and see that person that we lied, cheat, or stole from, and now we're putting ourselves under unnecessary stress because we're dodging that person. We lose freedom. You're creating, if you're not making decisions that create green lights, you're creating decisions that are going to make you look over your shoulder. And looking over your shoulder sucks. And it just causes stress, and it takes away your time.
Beautiful. Now, your foundation, you're growing, you're thriving. What do you see in the future?
I see in the future.
Crystal ball it, right?
Well, crystal ball it. We're going to keep expanding through the United States. And then the goal is we're finding out that our same curriculum is needed and can be necessary internationally. And so that would be the in time. That's why I see it means platforming this out and scaling our program out across borders.
Round of applause right there. You talk about sometimes a no or a challenge can be a life lesson. You know, you can learn something from it. How do you have that mentality where something can seem so chaotic, but you can see the good in it?
Well, it's touchy, because if you see the good in it too quickly, you're foolish. You know? It's like if you just turn around and go, oh no, it's okay, whatever happens, happens, I'm going. Well, No, I'm not a fatalist like that. I do believe we need to have our hands on the wheel. You know, that we're driving. And a lot of times I've gotten many things about, we get things about pure persistence, not taking no for an answer. But there's other times you go, I am banging my head on the situation, I'm getting nowhere. And I keep banging my head, so I need to back up and learn, find a way to maybe, I'm gonna dance around this problem and get to the other side. Or just go, I'm in the wrong place, man. Okay, you win that one. I'm not spending any more time with you. You know, once shame on you, twice shame on me.
Right.
You know, I mean, sometimes we learn to dance around a problem, and other times we just look at it and go, I'm in the wrong place. This is too consistently too hard, and I'm not getting anything back from it. I need to rearrange and reapproach and pick something else I can do.
Adaptability, flexibility is the key to everything, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to end with this, our time together. I always ask every person on the interview their favorite quote, mantra, something that they live their life by. Do you have one that's, you know, like every day or?
Well, my every day is just keep living. But, I mean, I've heard some great advice.
You should name a foundation after that.
Hey, man, that's a good idea.
That's a brilliant idea, right?
Well, I mean, man, there's a bunch, but I remember this one, that a friend of mine in college, his grandfather, about 96, sitting on the porch in Alabama, and he got back from spring break where he'd spent the time with his grandfather, and we were sitting up one night, and he goes, you know what my granddaddy told me? Because I mean, he was going through some problems and things in his life, and you know, really just heavy in the head about it. And he says, grandfather looked over at him and he goes, Monty, I've had many hundreds of crises in my life. And most of them never happened.
Mathew McConaughey.
Then we went to his Bible class.